Hello, how are you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. It's almost springtime here. Yeah, in the southern hemisphere. You guys up north, you get time to get the longer sleeves out and jerseys and stuff, eh? So let's talk about some drumming again. I'm going to try and pick up where I left off with the different strokes video. Looked at a few of the different strokes that we use, and I've called this one accent shaping. Hope that becomes more apparent as we go along. So the page is called Accent Shaping, and it's just a series of exercises that gradually build you up, teach your hands how to do something, and then bring in more and more notes until we're playing a more coherent run of notes without losing that basic technique that we're learning. Okay, so remember, this is an exercise, not a piece of music, so we're going to do things a bit more extreme. We're going to exaggerate our movements a little bit more. We're going to be much more vigilant with ourselves about tempo. Okay, so I'm going to be a good drummer today. I'm going to put that metronome on. And then, yeah, when you incorporate this into your tunes that you play, you're just going to trust that the work you've done in this manner is going to filter its way, and it's going to find its way into your drumming without you even realizing it. Just goes again into that somewhere in that little drawer in the back of your mind, and it just you just hold it out when you need it, and you once again do these things, then go back to your tunes and play your tunes. You'll see a difference. Promise you. Okay, so right into the exercise now. So the first line here, line A. I'll play it for you first. It's just in 2/4 and a 1E and a 2E and a 1E and a 2E and a 1E and a 2E and a 1E and a 2. Okay, so all we're doing there, we're just practicing that ability to play an accented note after a non-accented note. And again, we're gonna try and overdo it. We're going to emphasize that difference. We're going to go soft, loud, and we've got a defined timing involved. Where we're playing with the metronome, we're going on the 1, 2, 1, soft, loud again. And so there's a few different things going on here. In the very first accent, well, I'm just using a hard downstroke. Big downstroke. In all the accents, I'm going to try and get that full lift out of my sticks. Then in the second one, we've got this the smaller note preceding it. So again, we don't have the luxury of big wind up going in. Now we've got to. So we're developing three things here. We're developing strength. We're developing the strength of the fingers and the wrists and the arms and all that to get those accents in. We're developing dexterity. So dexterity in drumming, just the ability to shift between different strokes, different weights, different textures and all that sort of thing, which makes us more musical. So we can express ourselves better within the drumming. And we're practicing the third thing, speed. Now speed, I'm not really talking about speed in terms of the way we normally think of it. That is, how many notes are you playing in X amount of time? I'm not talking about sitting there and trying to play as fast as possible. I'm talking about hand speed. I'm talking about the fact that you need speed to go from there, up again, down, you need that hand speed. So we're practicing hand speed, strength, and dexterity. So three things in one exercise. It's a good one. It's a good one, this one. Promise you. Okay, so that's the first one. Just a little quick word again on the technique used to do the soft loud. There's really two ways you can do it. If you watch the different strokes video, I explained the hot stove, where we're playing a little bit on the up, so we're going soft loud and we're pulling away from that hot stove every time. So there's that way of doing it. And then there's also the upstroke, downstroke way, where we're going to play the preceding note on the way up with the wrist. Okay, think about your wrist being lifted by a puppet string. And then we're going to whip in the second note. We're going to go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, da, 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 a 2, a 1, a 2. Both methods are equally valid, and I'd recommend that you practice both, because once again you're building an added dimension of dexterity. So now you've got like 4 different things that you can pull out of that drawer while you're playing, and your body will know which is the best one at the given time. So you're just adding to your armory of stuff, all that great stuff that you just inject into the music, make it come to life. Okay. So that's the first one. All right, I will get on. Sorry, rambling on again. B, we're going to put an accent on 1, E, and a 2 in the first beat group. Second beat group to E and a 1. So it sounds like so. 1, E, and a 2, E, and a 1. We can do that beat group twice. 1, E, and a 2, E, and a 1. 1, E, and a 2, E, and a 1. And then we switch it on to the left hand. So in the very first note, downstroke again, you're telling yourself that's what an accent should feel like, sound like, left hand. Then you've got the 2 soft notes followed by the downstroke. Okay, oh, sorry. And then the last one, you just got a confirmation again of that's what it's going to be like. So we're trying to get all the accents to feel the same and look the same. Same height, same feel, same sound. Right, so B is, wait a minute, I promised I would use this thing. Okay, quick playthrough of B. And 1, and 2, and. Right, so I'm just trying to sort of watch the sticks out of the corner of my eyes, and I'm watching that my accents are the same height, and I'm making sure that the in-between notes are nice and light and bouncy. Right, so that's B. Then in C, we just fill in some of the gaps. So C sounds like this. And 1, and 2, and. A 1, a 1 E, and a 2 E, and. No mistake. 1 E, and a 2 E, 3, E, and a E, a 2. Okay, and again, you'll see those accents. I'm trying to get them all to come in from the same place. And we're slow enough to still be able to get as close as possible to that full 90-degree big downstroke accent. Okay, so then in D, we're filling it up some more. So we're filling up the second and third beat groups with those 8th notes, non-accented 8th notes. The accents are exactly in the same place as they were before. So D sounds like this. And 1, and 2, and. Okay, let's keep on doing that. In E, now we're going to fill up the first beat group with 8th notes. And this is a rather important one. I'll just play E for you quickly. And 1, and 2, and. Okay, important because after having played the accent on 1, we want to keep that stick bouncing nice and naturally for all those 8th notes before the next accent. So don't fall into the trap. If you get to this one and you start doing this, stop and you're practicing bad technique. You must be aware. You must be aware of what your sticks are doing. So awareness of the accent, the big accent, which I'm stopping there, and then I'm going into 3 multiple bounces, nice and light. Yeah. So be aware that that is what you're doing, and if you're not doing that, go back and fix it. That's the start of a very, very bad habit. Okay, moving on to F. In F, I'm adding another accent. So I'm going 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2. Da 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 da. Okay, that's not right. It's 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2. Okay, I play better than I say. Okay, F 1 and 2 and. Okay, so here we're practicing that. We're practicing the ability to go loud, soft in quick succession. If you look at the second, third, and fourth accents, we're going literally loud, soft, loud, soft, loud. So we're getting that going. If you slow it down and watch it, you can see what's actually happening there. I'm playing in the up, I'm playing on the down. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So if this is a bit of a foreign motion to you, then spend a bit of time doing that before you climb into these exercises and expect to get too much out of them. Okay, so that was just an aside there on the technique. I'll try and do a video on that motor technique as well, which is what we're really using there to get this effect. So moving on, we did F, now G. I'm adding an accent at the end of the run. So we got 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2. 2 accents at the end of that run. Okay, it sounds like this. Let's get you going. And 1 and 2 and. Okay, and this is a very important step as well, because now we've got a double accent. And how are we going to do that double accent? Well, we're going to just do a rebound on the first one. First accent is going to rebound, and we're going to snap closed on the second one. And we're going to try and get that rebound stroke as we're going to put a lot of force behind it, and we're going to put a lot of height of the drumstick behind it. You can't play with 2 downstrokes, 2 stopped, arrested downstrokes. You're going to waste too much time, so you've got to get rebound, bring it in for the second one. So I'll just do G again. Try and be aware of that double, that rebound and downstroke at the end of each phrase. Right. So metronome and G, and 1 and 2 and. Sorry. Here's the 2 notes. Sorry, I'm beating the metronome there. Right, in H, I'm just filling in the gaps some more. So now we're just taking those quarter notes, the 8th note, sorry, all the way across. 2 bars on the right hand, 2 bars on the left hand. H sounds like so. And 1 and 2 and. Okay, that was H. I think I played that 4 times. Okay, and then what we do is we just fill the gaps in. So we've got our main note single strokes. Now we're just going to put in the other notes in between those and create a run of. I see I've done this incorrectly. Anyway, we're going to do a run of demi-semis now. 30-second notes, if you speak in fractions. Okay, so now we're taking this same rhythm, the and putting in all the in-between left hands. So, and changing it onto the left hand. So we're putting a paradiddle after that. So we take the same phrase, throw it on the left hand. Right? So that's an I, and 1 and 2 and. Okay, and I would recommend also just doing a long run on the one hand. So it would be something like this. A right hand run would be and 1 and 2 and. So really get that sort of that motion, the energy going. Do it on the left hand. 1 and 2 and. Okay, and then as you get used to it, you'll actually find your hands want to go faster. They want to, we're not quite at the tempo we need to be yet. That was, by the way, that metronome is on 64, and I've recommended between 60 and 80. So a bit on the slow side, but you're going to get up to. Whatever, that wasn't the exercise, sorry, you know what I mean. Okay, and it's going to help you out in your scores. When you transfer this across to your drum scores, you're going to go away from that gross exaggeration, and you're going to bring that gap just a bit in. Your accents might be more like that, and your in-between notes might be a bit more like that. So it's going to help you with all those single runs. Those great juicy things we play in our scores. So really it does work. Go through this thing, take a few days if you need to, and then importantly go back to your scores and see how it helps you. Okay, it does help you, I promise you, and I'm going to go away now. Bye. See you next time.